grade, they said all lighthouses must be built out of brick, mortar, and stone. And our lighthouse is built out of brick, mortar, and stone. You may wonder when you look at our lighthouse, you don't see any color checker patterns or spirals or candy stripes on it. If you've looked at pictures of lighthouses along our east coast, you notice they all have different kinds of markings on them, which are called day markings. And back in the day, that was the day markings distinguished one light from another during the day. And the day markings on our lighthouse were solid white. You may wonder too, you didn't notice a keeper's house out here. Every lighthouse had a keeper's house, of course, for the keeper and his family. And of course, the keeper's job was to light and extinguish the light each day, and also to do the maintenance. The keeper's house here was destroyed by Hurricane Hazel in the late 1950s, and they never rebuilt it. There's some good breaks in the trees here. We'll come to virtually a stop. The other buildings you see around the lighthouse are part of what's left of Georgetown's Coast Guard Station, which was located out here until the 60s before it was moved into town, where it's located now by the Hampton Inn. And for a brief period after the Coast Guard left, the Department of Juvenile Justice ran a program out here for at-risk kids. You see the windows that just came into view on the west side of the lighthouse? Everybody see those? The second one from the top is how high the storm surge came from Hurricane Hugo when it struck here on 28 September 1989. It was 20 years ago last September. That's about halfway up that lighthouse. Of course, this whole area out here was underwater. Downtown Georgetown had about a 14 to 16 foot flood tide, which threw water across Front Street, almost to Prince Street. It was said that the wind and wave action was so strong out here during the storm that it blew some of the enormous granite rocks right off the top of the jetties. It was the same category storm that Katrina and Rita and Ike and Adolf and all the other hurricanes that have devastated our Gulf Coast in the last few years. Of course, hurricane season began June 1st and will end November 30th. And we're, let's see, what are we up to? Danielle now? Edward now, excuse me. There is another one for me. Yeah, Edward. Frank is on the west coast.